Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 12 of Europa Universalis IV. We're still in this war against Brittany and Burgundy. We're not doing too badly so far. We're actually managing to siege a few of their provinces out. We've actually got them sort of cornered on the little pinnacle here up at Finisterre, so their armies can't really move away from that without having to come through my armies. Meanwhile, the Castilians and the Portuguese are going up here and freely sieging their provinces. Also looks like Castile is now sending some more units down in my direction. That could be quite useful. Maybe they're going to come and help me fight, because there's certainly no point them being there in Normandy, although they have stopped for some strange reason. If we actually manage to win this battle down here, that will be good for us, because then we'll be able to force their ships out. I'm now considering actually dogpiling in on their armies with the units that I have here. They would potentially have a defensive bonus, but you know what? I think we're actually going to give it a go. It's risky, but they've got no way out of there. And this is the best opportunity we're going to get if we're going to attempt to take this army out. So we do have the numbers. They get a brilliant roll, because that's what the AI does. It gets brilliant rolls. We don't actually have any terrain penalties, which is fantastic. We've won this siege down here, so Brittany is now completely sieged, which means we'll win that naval battle as well. But this is the battle that I'm most concerned about. In fact, I'm going to move these guys up. They probably won't get there in time to reinforce, but every unit's going to help. If they do get there, it will be fantastic. Another couple of good rolls from our side of things. We won the naval battle, which is fantastic. So far, the land battle is just about going our way. We did manage to throw those last couple of units in, and we won that battle. That is absolutely fantastic. I'm really amazed that we managed to do that. I'm going to try and chase these guys down. And the main reason for doing... In fact, they're going to run straight into... Oh, no, they won't actually stop and fight. But I'm going to try and chase them through. And now we can go in and start doing a little bit of damage to Burgundy if we can. I don't want to get... too much from this. All I would like to do is get Brittany, to be honest. That's my main goal here. Bearing in mind it wasn't myself that started this war. It was actually Brittany to begin with. But it now means we can march our troops through into... Portugal have sieged out Picardy there, which is very nice. We can start to move our troops through. We can catch a few of these stacks of units here if we are clever about things. We're still taking out a few loans automatically. Doesn't look like they're running. They have got a big stack over there, but we should win this battle, even though we do actually have a crossing penalty. Should be a battle that we can win. Saying that, it does look like they're about to reinforce, which is going to be a real pain in the hoop. And they have managed to reinforce. Although we still got a slightly better roll there. And while we've got the crossing penalty, we are still taking advantage of that. Would be nice if Castile threw some units in here to help, but I don't think they're going to. So far, I'd say we've got this battle, but things can change when the AI starts getting much better rolls than I do, which does happen quite often. Apparently, I actually lost that battle. Not sure how, because everything indicated that I won it. These guys are going to get trapped whichever way. Yeah, these guys are going to come after them. So maybe we're just going to go straight down here and run. Before they do manage to... Because, yeah, we could just literally run straight down and start sitting on their capital. They are about to come over here and kill us, though. There's not an awful lot I can do. So this is probably a good point to really consider piecing out now, while they do have low war enthusiasm. So let's see what we do have as an option at this point. Revoke cause, not interested in. Return cause, not interested in. Release nations, we're not all that bothered about. Annul treaties, again, not all that bothered about. Burgundy. Now, we could potentially get... not Burgundy, Brittany. We could get Brittany as an English vassal. However, it would cost a war score of 83. And we are nowhere near an 83 war score. Do I think that we can get an 83 war score? Not really. Although, I say that, we don't really have any way of getting these guys to safety. These units here. Which is a real pain. There's no way they're going to be... because they can't come through France or anywhere else. They're kind of stuck in the middle. And that's a lot of units to lose. I'm still amazed that we actually lost that battle, to be honest. But we're going to do the best that we can. We're going to try and duke them if possible. It's very unlikely that it's going to work. These guys are actually heading miles away. No, they're coming in here. Now, we may be able to get around them. They're going to arrive on the 4th of July. We're going to get out of there on the 3rd of July. We're going to recall that diplomat. Right, they've actually changed direction now. We are paused. They're going to arrive on the 9th of July. How long would it take us to get out of there? We would arrive on the 11th of July if we went that way. We would arrive on the 9th of July if we went that way. They'll still catch us. So we can't really get out at this point. They've probably caught us. We're probably going to die. Or that group is anyway. You guys are... yeah, we are going to die there. You guys are going to group up. And you're going to start moving back north towards their border. We don't have a terrible war score. We are going to lose a little bit here, of course, because of this terribly timed battle. Although, saying that, we've actually had a couple of good rolls here. Which I'm actually... oh, no, there we go. That's when the AI starts bringing it back. Considering the number of units, yeah, and that got completely wiped. We only lost a very small war score for that, though. So what we're going to continue to try and do is... oh, brilliant. Fernandez de Híjar has become an active cardinal. He is loyal to England, who invested 140 in the cardinal. So if we actually have a look now at the papacy, we'll see that the Curia controller is still Castile. But we now have a active cardinal, which could be quite useful. It's good. We need the majority before we can do anything there. The war score is still going up in our favour, and all I'm going to do now is try and help the Castilians and the Portuguese up here. And maybe we will be able to gain some more war score by sieging some more Burgundian provinces. Certainly need to be careful. These guys don't need to be here anymore, actually. So we're going to go up here onto the coast of Holland, and we are going to blockade that. So we should be able to do a little bit of damage to that fleet, because it's only 2 lights and 1 heavy. There do appear to be a lot of units moving in here. Not terribly convinced that the Portuguese or the Castilians are going to come and help if that fight kicks off, though. Let's leave... nope, they've changed their mind. The Burgundian Navy saw me coming and decided to dock. Very clever of them. But let's see what more we can capture. It'd be nice if these guys in Co and these guys in Picardy actually moved up and did something useful. Because they're not doing an awful lot down there. My force limits... I'm actually really below my force limit at the moment. So what we are going to do is we are going to start queuing up some... we're going to have to take more money out. More loans. Our inflation is absolutely massive at the moment. But there's no way out of this. We need the money. We need to win this war. So going to take as many infantry as we can... oh, we've already got one there. Going to take as much as we can get. And unpause. Don't really want to increase the speed at this point. As much as I'd love to speed the war on, it could get very, very risky if it all goes bad. We're losing an awful lot of money, but as soon as the war's over, we'll be able to recuperate it all quite nicely. Now, what is the actual war goal of this war? To take the capital of London. So, because we currently control London, we're actually getting a ticking war score. As you can see, the first thing it says is the current war score, war goal, defender controls London plus 15.2. There is a cap. There's a maximum amount that you can get from defending the war goal. But overall, it is good because it means that we are actually gaining score by not having to do an awful lot. So we are going to start moving some units up here. And what I will do, while we have a unit here actually, I'm going to assign the other leader to you, just so all the leaders are present and correct. You can also move up into Artois. So come on guys, hurry up and arrive. I've got to be careful here. I mean, they do have two quite large armies next to each other. If I decide to go on one of those armies, the other one will just go and reinforce them. So there's very little point me trying to attack either of those at this point. Well, they do appear to be moving all together. Then maybe they're consolidating. Let's have a look here. Let's ignore that big army for now and just merge all those other ones together. It is a smaller army because it's got very few in there, but at least it will help moving people around a little bit. So there is still a potential for getting a little bit more war score over here. And we could potentially just march straight down to their capital and try and take that. It is a little bit risky, because we'd have to get down there, and we've got literally no support. One of the main problems with this game is you have very, very little control over your allies and their actions in the war. So even though you can allow them to attach to your armies, I mean, currently we've got 17 Castilian units that are just sitting in our territory, and they're not contributing in any way. We've got Portugal, who are sitting here in Picardy, which they've already seized. So there's no reason for them to be there. So what they should ideally be doing is moving sort of forwards. Not an awful lot going on down here, to be honest. But right, okay. Now the Castilians are actually, sorry, the Portuguese are actually moving forwards. Looks like they're going that way. Okay, we have an option to gain 40 military power and lose 45 ducats, or lose the prestige. We'll take the prestige hit. I'd rather not, but you know, sometimes you have to take the best of a bad bunch. Okay, so Portugal are now starting to siege out another province. I'm very surprised that they didn't move in to intercept them. Let's get rid of the big army again, and let's group together the smaller one. Now we have a stack of 25 now, potentially could take that stack, but again, you've got the problem that if we do attack, they do have the advantage of being the defender. Of course, if they move in to attack the Portuguese, which they may well do, then the Portuguese would be the defenders, and we'd be able to dogpile in and hopefully win that battle for them. Up to 37% war score, so it's going well. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, low war enthusiasm. Our war exhaustion is getting quite high again as well. We have a lot of diplomatic power in the bank, though. We have a lot of diplo power. So we could basically go in and we could reduce our war exhaustion quite heavily. And that's certainly going to help matters out. I really wish these guys would come along and do something instead of just sitting there. There's absolutely no reason for them to be there. They're not doing anything useful at all. And I'd really like to be able to vassalize Brittany, but I'm not going to be able to do it unless I get a high enough war score. So it would basically be treaties. Brittany becomes an English vassal. 83% war goal is required. We'd gain a lot of aggressive expansion, but we wouldn't really gain any overextension for doing so. We'd gain 8 prestige, and it would cost us 50 diplomatic power, so that's not a problem. But yes, at the moment, we are really, really over. We can't do that right now, so we shall continue with the war. But this is pretty typical of the way EU4 works. You just get out of one war with one nation, and you end up getting thrown straight into another. What are we like? We're still actually 10 below our force limit right now. We've got no manpower to reinforce, which is really, really annoying. Which means my only option is to keep pumping money into mercenaries, and mercenaries are very, very expensive at this point. We're having to take out a lot of loans. If I could convince these guys to stack up with me and help me attack, it would make life a lot easier. What I might do as well is just send another diplomat back over to Leinster, just to keep working on improving relations. I know it got to 100, but it does drop down over time, and it has been a little while since anything went on over there. I'm going to bump the speed up now to speed 3, because not an awful lot is happening at the moment. We want to see if we can get things moving along a bit, especially with these sieges. I'm still very, very tempted to attack. Now, if I'd have had control over these armies, or even another player, we could have coordinated an attack where we all went in together. The problem we're going to have now is I'll send my units in, they'll get slaughtered, and these guys will just stand around and watch and not do an awful lot to help. So I've really got to be careful and pick my moments. Even if these guys would come up and attach to this army, we'd have a brilliant chance of wiping the main Burgundian forces out. But I just don't think that that is realistically going to work. We are up to 39% war score though. We need, what did I say it was we needed? Because I've forgotten already. 83. So we are almost halfway to the war score that we need to actually take Burgundy. Not Burgundy, Brittany. Because everything begins with a B, and it's causing a lot of confusion right now. So, come on guys, let's have these sieges. I mean, again, you know, even though we're not really doing an awful lot against this army, we are winning sieges. And once we win this siege here, there we go. We've now gone up to 42% war score. These guys are moving off to Ghent, which is interesting. Not sure why, but let them. So we could actually... oh no, we'll recall that diplomat. Right, where are you heading to, Namor? Let us move our armies over here. Because I've got a feeling... Yep, they're actually going to go in here and attack. Now, when are they going to arrive there? 15th of October, and it's the 14th. We're going to go down to speed 1 for this. They're going to arrive first. So the fight is going to start. But we should get in there before they have a chance to do too much damage. There we go, we've arrived now. Now, it's actually Portugal's leader, because they were already leading the fight. We're fighting in the woods, so the dice roll for the attackers, which is actually the Burgundians, because we were there first, or at least the Portuguese were there first, so they're getting a -1 for that. And we've got quite a lot of units in there that were able to reinforce quite nicely. Castile are dropping some more units in from the north. That is fantastic. And the dice rolls are going to have to be really, really fixed in the AI's favour for us to lose this battle. Although I've seen us lose a battle with better odds of success. We won that one. They are going to run off, and what I intend to try and do now is chase them down. Let's go up to a speed 2. Now, fleeing armies do move faster because they're fleeing. You know, they're not marching in ranks. We did manage to chase them down quite nicely. We're going to do a lot of damage to them here because they're already broken. The Castilian army has reinforced as well. We have won that battle. They're fleeing again. So we're going to chase them down. And we won another battle there. We've almost stack wiped them. They're actually about to run into the Castilians. But we're going to keep giving chase. Going to do the same thing to them that they did to us. Get them stuck in the corner of the map so they can't actually come back after us. Now, they are reinforcing a few units up and around the top of the map. It's not going to help them an awful lot. We will get a crossing penalty here. We're potentially in a position where we could go and attempt to grab their capital as well. Now we are actually losing some morale ourselves, and we're actually running out of places to retreat to at this point, so we do have to be relatively careful with what we do. It would be nice if we could catch them somewhere, but I don't think it's going to happen. Looks like they're attempting some sort of reinforce over there as well. Right, do I go and get involved in these fights? I think I probably should do if we can. Because their army is kind of broken, and it's fleeing, and it's all kind of messed up. We do have the Portuguese with us. There are Castilian units close by as well. AI comes out of the gate with a very good roll. We get a second one. Of course, doing the chasing means we're all pretty much always going to be the attacker, and therefore we're always going to get the penalties. But the more damage we can do to Burgundy's army now, the easier it will be for us to start sieging out provinces. Another very good roll from the AI. Quite annoying. Fairly even roll, but with the penalties, it worked out in the AI's favour. There's another battle won. Fantastic. I could give chase, but at the moment, I'm actually so weakened that it would be very foolish to try and do so. You guys aren't really going to let me get you, are you? Because you're just going to keep jinking and moving around. Oh. Right, let us go. When are you going to arrive there? The 28th of April. Right, you're committed, so you're screwed. I should get you, yeah. So that's that unit instantly wiped. And what I'm going to do now is head down and see if we can't siege out their capital. Oh, looks like Castile are already on it. No need to worry too much about that then. Might just sit here in the middle then in the choke point and recover up some. It's quite a good spot to sit. It gives us overall good view on most of Burgundy. It means if they do start spawning some troops, we'll certainly have the means to respond to it quite quickly, like that one there. But I think we'll leave it for now. It's only a single unit. It's not too much to worry about. We'll go and have a quick look at the ledger. Just have a look at how Burgundy is doing in terms of troops. They don't have a lot of manpower, but they still have quite a lot of troops around, apparently. I don't know where they all are. I don't know where their 16,500 infantry are right now. They don't appear to be anywhere useful or doing anything useful. Unless they're all over here in Limburg, potentially, because that is in the fog of war. I can't actually see what is going on there. Few units around. They are being chased by the Castilians, but we shall have to continue this war on the next video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.